how can we become the best basketball player in the world? And how can we win millions and millions, as well as do an amazing experiment? That is what we've got planned for today. She was 16 years old and she became a mom. Let me explain. Gloria was a young woman who lived in Akron, Ohio. Now, while all the other 16-year-olds were busy going to the mall and busy watching movies, Gloria, at 16 years old, became a mom. And she was scared. It wasn't easy for her to become a mom, and her little boy, LJ, oh, he had such a beautiful, bright smile, but Gloria was scared. How was LJ gonna have a good future? She was going from apartment to apartment, house to house, until LJ met a mentor named Frank. Now you might be wondering, Brother Amin, what in the world is a mentor? A mentor is someone who you look up to, someone who becomes a role model, sort of like a teacher, but a teacher who shows you instead of telling you. Now Frank Walker began to teach LJ everything. He taught LJ how to work hard in school. He taught LJ how to dribble the basketball. He taught LJ how to shoot a basketball. He taught LJ how to get up after you fall down. Well, turns out this mentor played a big role in LJ's life, because most people don't know him by his initials, LJ. They know him by his name, LeBron James. Now, many of you have probably heard of LeBron James before. He's one of the best basketball players in the history of the NBA. But what you probably didn't know was the importance of a mentor, a role model, someone who LeBron James looked up to when he was just 9 years old. Now, the reason why I am telling you this story is because role models matter. The people who we look up to, they have the opportunity to change our life. And it makes us ask a question. Who are our role models? And who would be the best role model in the world? And that is what we are going to be talking about today. We're answering a question. Not a small question, not even a medium-sized question. No, dare I say, a big question. Who is the best role model in the galaxy? In order for us to understand the answer to this question, we've got to mosey on over to the library, or as some like to say, La Biblioteca. Let's head on over. So Dahlia from Ohio says she'd like to meet Simone Biles. I don't even know who that is. Who in the world is Simone Biles? And why would you like to meet her? Let's talk to Dahlia from Ohio. Assalamu alaikum, Dahlia. How are you doing, my dear?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing good. Are you wearing a Cincinnati Bengals jersey? No.
Yes.
No. What's going on here? You don't have a Vikings jersey? What are we doing? Have I not taught you anything, Dahlia? Oh my goodness.
No.
Okay. Tell me about Simone Biles. Who is Simone Biles and what do you love about her?
So she's a gymnast who competes in the Olympics, and I do gymnastics, and she helps me and she does really hard skills and stuff.
Habisha family says Drew Holiday and Muhammad Salah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
So we have Khalid and we have Tala. So we'll ask Khalid to speak on behalf, if you can, Khalid. Khalid, who did you say you would like to meet?
I said Muhammad Salah
And why would you like to meet Muhammad Salah?
because he's my favorite soccer player.
And why is he your favorite soccer player? And if you met him, what do you hope he could teach you?
I would have asked him to teach me soccer.
Look, here's the thing. Every one of us looks up to other people. And the truth is, it's how Allah made us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made us in such a way that we look up to other people and we learn from them. We look up to our mom and our dad. We might have an older brother or a cousin or an aunt. But the other thing is, there's people we can learn from, role models. You guys have all said different people. You've said, hey, I'd love to meet Simone Biles. Why? Because she's a talented gymnast. If I could meet Simone Biles, maybe I could become a better gymnast. Some of you said, I would love to meet Muhammad Salah, the soccer player. Why? Because if I met Muhammad Salah, then I could become a better soccer player. Maybe I'd like to meet LeBron James or Anthony Edwards. Why? Because if I met them, maybe I could become a better basketball player. Now here's the thing. Simone Biles, LeBron James, Muhammad Salah, they're all good at one thing. Soccer or gymnastics or basketball. What if I begin to look up to a man who's not just good at one thing, but in fact, a man who is excellent in every aspect of life? The best at family, the best at business, the best at emotions, the best at worship. If I begin to look up to that man, then it will help me become the best version of myself. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows that we as humans need role models, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent us a role model. Our Holy Prophet Mohammed sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He is the best role model on earth. And today, I want to start with why did our Prophet love Allah? To answer that question, we are going to be reading a story. Now, the book that we are going to be reading is a book. It is the 40th book that we have ever written, our 80th story called Honest to God. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Shireen invites Amira to her home for iftar to celebrate her first fast. Of course we'll come, says Amira. I'm gonna make a special cake for you, says Amira. Shireen is excited. This is kind of cool. So Shireen's fasting for the first time and she's inviting over her friend to celebrate. And Amira's gonna bake a cake. Tell me, what would you like in your perfect cake? I want chocolate-covered mushrooms, lima beans, and of course, pine nuts. Okay, are you sure? Positive, says Shireen. This will be the yuckiest cake ever. I mean, gross, think about it. There's chocolate, there's lima beans, mushrooms, pine nuts. Oh. Amira finds mom in the kitchen. Shireen wants chocolate-covered mushrooms. Oh, sorry. Lima beans and pine nuts in her special cake, says Amira. We have those ingredients, says Mom. So gross. Pine nuts? Should I put them in? Is this cake for you? Asks Mom. No, says Amira. Then make it the way Shireen has asked. After all, it's for her. Amira gathers all the ingredients: baking powder, sugar, pine nuts, lima beans, and there's even some chocolate. She grabs it from the cupboard. There's flour. From the refrigerator, it looks like there's butter and there's eggs and there's mushrooms. Okay, I've got everything. Eggs, flour, sugar, butter, baking powder, lima beans, pine nuts, chocolate, and mushrooms. I'm sorry. Amira measures and pours the ingredients into a large mixing bowl. This smells delicious, she thinks to herself. Amira pours the batter into a cake pan and puts it in the oven. It's time for the final step, coating the mushrooms in chocolate. Sorry, that's getting old. It's getting old. I know, I'll stop. Amira picks up the Belgian chocolate. This chocolate smells so good. Amira breaks off a piece and brings it close to her mouth. Oh dear, what time is it anyway? She thinks to herself as she's fasting. Amira sees the clock. 3 more hours until iftar. Amira pops a piece of chocolate into her mouth and breaks her fast. Oh Lord. Amira finds Mom in her office. Why the sad face, dear, says Mom. I broke my fast. Mom hugs Amira close. I love chocolate too much. Will I ever be able to fast the whole day? Asks Amira. Mom sniffs in the air. Is something burning? They run to check the cake. Oh no, it's ruined! Amira immediately gathers ingredients to begin again. I thought you'd be tired by now, says Amira. I am tired. Are you sure you want to do this? Shireen is my best friend. I love her. If she wants a cake, I'm gonna make her the best cake ever. You guys, this is actually really important. I'm gonna read this one more time and I want you to pay attention because what's happening? Amira's fasting, so she's tired as it is. She's making a cake that she probably doesn't even like that much. And it burned. But is she giving up? Nah, she's continuing. Why? Because Shireen is my best friend. I love her. If she wants a cake, I'm gonna make her the best cake ever, says Amira. You guys all know that feeling when you really love somebody. You do things for them. Even if you don't really like it that much, you do it. See, that's why I fast, says Mom. Amira stops mixing. You fast because Shireen is your best friend? No, silly. I do it because even though I love chocolate, I love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more. Allah has given me so much. If Allah asks us to do things like fast, I'm excited to do it. All right, let's go to the audience for some questions. I'm gonna go to my sister Arafat in Canada. Assalamu alaikum, Arafat.
Wa alaikum salam.
Can you introduce yourself and also introduce the handsome young man next to you?
That's my brother Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam, Ahmed. Why are you hiding your beautiful smile? Oh my goodness. It might be the most beautiful smile I've ever seen in my entire life. Allah, Ahmed, can you show us your teeth? Look, just a little bit. Oh, it's too good. Ahmed, this is too good. Please don't. You have to watch where you use that smile, Ahmed. Please, no, it's too much, too much. Oh, thank you. Allah, and he's smiling again. Ahmed, this is too much. You gotta stop that. Okay, Arafat. Question for you. Arafat, what are some of the blessings that Allah has given you? Can you think of any?
Yes, a lot.
Like what?
Allah has given me, my parents, my little brother, a chance to go to school, a chance to celebrate Eid, a chance to celebrate my birthday, and a chance to do so many good things in life.
So now, if Allah has given you so many things, what can we do to thank Allah? Like, imagine if you had a friend who gave you so much. A friend who gave you this and this and this and this and this. What would you do for your friend? You'd probably love your friend. What are some of the things
I do
Allah asks us to
anything.
do? You do anything. What are some of the things Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks us to do, Arafat?
He asks us to pray, and He asks us to fast, and He asks us to worship Him. And He also asks us to read the Quran and asks us to pray Salah.
MashaAllah, Arafat and Ahmed, you guys are doing great. I want to tell you something. You know, our Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be on him, he was the prophet from God. So he is someone who is going to go to Jannah no matter what. He's going to go to paradise. Our Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be on him, he would never even see hellfire. Of course not. He was such a good man. But you know, in the middle of the night, our Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be on him, he would wake up. You know, when we're tired and we're just trying to sleep and, oh, please, just let me sleep. He would wake up in the middle of the night and he would stand in prayer. It's called tahajjud. And he would do it for hours. And someone would ask him, and they would say, oh, Prophet, peace and blessings be on you, you know, you are gonna go to Jannah. I mean, why are you doing so much prayer? Why are you praying so much? And you know what he would say? He would say, well, should I not be grateful? Shouldn't I be a grateful servant? And this is why our Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be on him, would worship Allah. Not because he wanted to go to Jannah, not because he was scared of hellfire. No, our Prophet was so thankful for everything that Allah has given us that he would want to worship Allah. Just like you. Okay, very good. So let's continue the story. In the evening, Amira arrives with her cake to Shireen's home. You made the cake? Thanks so much, says Shireen. Shireen says Bismillah and digs right in. So how was your first day fasting? It was nuts, says Shireen. Nuts? Says Amira. Yep, pine nuts. The two friends laugh as Shireen eats her special cake. The end. Now here's the thing, okay? As Muslims, there are many things that oftentimes our parents might tell us about, like praying. You might wonder, well, why do we have to pray? Or maybe reading the Quran. Why do we have to read the Quran? What we learn from our Holy Prophet, peace and blessings be on him, is what? When we love our Creator, because we appreciate everything our Creator has done for us the same way we appreciate a best friend, we do things for them out of love. And that's one of the reasons why we pray. And that's one of the reasons why we fast and give in charity and read Quran. Why? Because we want to show our Lord how thankful we are and how much we love Allah. Now, it's not just me sharing a story. I actually have an experiment today. An experiment that I think you will love. And then after the experiment, we're gonna be giving away one family a trip to the Caribbean. Let's head on over to the laboratory. So we have worship. One of the reasons why someone might worship is because they want a reward. Let's see what that looks like. I've got a little bit of reward, and say, for example, I decide I am gonna pray for good deeds. Well, let's see what happens. Wow. The water turns blue. Nothing wrong with that. That's quite good. It's one of the reasons why we can worship. There is a second reason why people can worship. And it could be because of fear. Because we think to ourselves, gosh, but hellfire, and I know that hellfire would be really bad. So let's add that into here, fear. Okay? This is what's called baking soda. And if I add baking soda into my water, and it becomes a little bit lighter. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Let me just take a little sip. Right hand, of course. Salty. So what do we got here? This is our worship right now. And we worship for 3 reasons. The first one was for reward, hoping Allah gives us something. He gave us blue. Out of fear, because we are worried for a punishment. But then there is a third reason why we could worship. And the third reason is for gratitude. To say, look, I am worshiping Allah because I am so thankful to Allah. Allah deserves to be worshipped. Allah has given me everything in the whole world. How can I not worship Allah the way our holy Prophet Mohammed, peace and blessings be on him, worships? What happens when we worship for that reason? Well, let's see. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Oh my goodness, it's erupting. What? It's a worship explosion. It's an explosion of worship! What? Here's the thing, right? Look, there are different reasons why we would pray on time or give in charity. Yes, we can sometimes do it for reward. Ya Allah, I'm giving in charity because I want you to give me more. Ya Allah, I am praying to you because I want you to help me with my school. You can worship for that reason. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do that. That is the worship of a businessman. It's okay. You can also worship out of fear. To say, you know what? I'm worshiping Allah because I'm a little bit worried. If I don't, then I don't want to go to hellfire. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that either. That's the worship of someone who's a slave. But then there is the best form of worship. The worship of a free man. The worship that allows us to get the most out of life. The one that our holy Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be on him, did. And that is the worship of a free man out of gratitude. To say, Ya Allah, I am worshiping you because I'm thankful. I am praying my prayers on time because I'm so happy. I'm fasting because I want you to be proud of me. I'm giving in charity because God, you have given me so much. And when we give for that reason, when we worship for that reason, there's barakah in it. There's good in it. And it becomes more and it explodes out of goodness. And that is what we discovered here today. So the next time your parents ask you to pray, or to read Quran, or to give in charity, and you think to yourself, oh, I don't know, I want you to remember this. We can do it for reward, we can do it out of fear, but hopefully we do it out of gratitude. Because when we're thankful, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us more.